Good day. My question for you today is, how hard is it to become an adult and all the things we don't know? So not really a question, but my topic is, how hard is it to become an adult and all the things we don't know? What do I mean by that statement? Well, I was actually having a conversation yesterday with one of my daughters. She was in town for the weekend. She lives out of where I live. She's a nurse in another city, and she come home for Father's Day weekend. And she and I were having a conversation about topics and things that I can discuss. And she said, "Dad, you really need to talk about how hard it is to become an adult and all the things we don't know." And I had to think about that for a little bit, but actually it makes quite a lot of sense, right? She's 23 years old, newly graduated with a degree from university, and now an RN, a registered nurse. And she's got a lot of things that she doesn't know, even at 23. And really throughout our lives, how many things as we become adults and continue to age as adults don't we know? And how hard is it to find the information we need? Do we have proper mentors in our own parents and the association of friends and people we hang out with? Are they giving us information to become more of I don't know how to put it, I guess, an educated person in society as an adult, where we are participating and adding to society? Or are we an adult that really doesn't know much and we constantly strive to find our information from, not to say that it's bad, from the internet or from television or documentaries or shows, but being an adult can be a difficult thing. We don't have all the answers. We learn, we make mistakes, we fall down, we pick ourselves up. Hopefully we learn from that life lesson and we become stronger. I know when she brought that up, we had a discussion about, the process of what she needed to go through to finally take over the vehicle I had gotten her years ago when she started university. And now that she's graduated, I'm giving it to her, right? Signing over the vehicle to her, and she had to learn the process of the fact that she needs, insurance and why it's important for the, what you need in place to get the registration done, et cetera, et cetera. And the reason this come up is we didn't realize, I didn't know, that our registry services were closed from Friday and they're closed till Tuesday in my province of Alberta. So we had already processed insurance changes and a bunch of other things to find out yesterday when we went to registries that it wasn't a possibility. We could not get our vehicle registered. So the conversation came up about the fact of all the things that we don't know as adults, right? Or when we become a new adult and we're only a few years into being an adult, really all the things that we don't know, right? Little things, right? Little things that we take for granted as older adults like myself. But really, we didn't know anything back when we were in our early 20s. And, not saying we didn't know anything, but we hardly knew anything. And we had to learn. We had to be educated. We had to be taught. And we had to be receptive to learn. And that's one of the most powerful things that I've seen when it came to the conversations that I have with my daughter, Morgan, is that she wants to learn. My other daughters and my son do too. But this wasn't about them. This was her and I having a discussion, and how she is always, she phones me, she asks me questions, she'll text me, and she's asking things that I take for granted. And sometimes I'll think to myself, well, that's common sense. Well, no, it's not. It's not common sense. It was a learned behavior. I learned from other people, or I learned not necessarily intentionally from other people. I picked up on what other people did, and I picked up hopefully the successful things that they were teaching and not the negative, bad things they were teaching. But really, how hard is it to become an adult and all the things we don't know? Becoming an adult is a lifelong journey, right? It never stops unless you want it to stop and you're in a rut of life and you're just walking back and forth in life, going to work, go home, get paid, and you're not learning anymore. And that's your right and that's your choice, right? But becoming an adult to me is a lifelong journey. And when younger people ask of you, right, ask you a question, don't automatically assume they're dumb or they're stupid or they just don't get it. Really, it's ignorance. Isn't there things that in life now at your age that you really don't understand? So you have a level of ignorance, and you may have the ability and you're more confident to go out and research and get the answers to be a better adult. So is being an adult easy? Absolutely not. Can it be rewarding? Absolutely. Do you have obligation to go out and share with others, to help uplift them, to be kind, to help them become better people if they so choose to ask? Absolutely. What do I mean by choose to ask? Don't go and broadcast and be the Mr. Know-It-All and think that you're going to be the savior of people that aren't looking to be saved. Does that make sense? So I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. Whole bunch of people scroll by here. Dante, Ryan, Bruce, Raphael, Gina, how's it going? Morgan, Bailey, appreciate you guys all watching. But, again, don't ever think that being an adult is an easy thing. Put yourself in check when the younger generations or even people that are the same age as you ask you a question. Don't give attitude. Sometimes I struggle with that when my kids or other people ask me questions, because I do have that, what are you asking me that question for? You should know that answer. But really, do they? Because unless they've come to a point in their life where they need that knowledge, that information, they really won't know that information. So just be kind. Explain it to them. Be confident in your answer. If you don't know the answer, be confident and say, you know what, I think I might know the answer, or I absolutely don't know the answer. How about we find it out together? So God bless you all. Peace out. And never forget, I give a heck. Peace out.